Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Unhuntables. You might notice that I don't have Grosey with me. We couldn't get our schedules to line up for this week, and I really wanted to get an Unhuntables done. So I've dragged along a good friend and fellow coin tuber to be the other half of the podcasting element of the Unhuntables. I have got Coin Noob 71.
Hello.
So you're going to be joining me in the chit chatter. We're doing 20p's this week. Well, I'm doing 20p's. I've called you somewhat last minute, so there's no requirement for you to grab a bag of 20p's and get through them in time. But yes, so the 20p's down in the description, everything that I'm looking for. Territory coins, the Undated Mule 20p, or some other exciting stuff would be fantastic. But very quickly then, would you like to introduce yourself, Coin Noob?
Hello everyone. I know you all know me already because I'm obviously marvellous. Coin Noob 71 on TikTok and recently on YouTube.
Yeah.
I'm a good friend of Christopher Collects for many years.
I was about to say, we have known each other for many years, and you
I know. I was there from your early days where you used to lay on your carpet doing your coin hunt. You know, really early days.
Yeah, Griff used to write into the PO box, and then...
All right. Don't make me out to be some sad, desperate fanboy.
And yeah, then we got to know each other over Discord. You've been to the Royal Mint Experience a bunch of times. You might recognise Griff's voice from the background, hurling abuse across at me.
Never. Your admiration, Christopher. Your admiration.
Well, I appreciate it, but no. So you're more into your silver and your stacking, that kind of stuff, which is not quite what I collect. But there is obviously an element of overlap.
I don't know. You collect a lot of proof silver when they come out, don't you? I spent 4 or 5 years collecting every single commemorative 50p, 10p, and £2 coin, which I enjoyed immensely. And then obviously I ran out of things to collect because I got them all. So I just moved into bullion and started collecting some silver bullion and then some more sort of collectible stuff. So I'm into my Korean stackers at the moment, my 2-ounce stackers. I've got about 40 of them so far. They're really cool.
Yeah, they certainly are. You had an interesting start to collecting those, didn't you?
I can't remember. Why did I have an interesting start?
Oh, I sent you a screenshot of something that I was keeping my eyes peeled for because I thought it looked really cool.
Oh, gosh.
You swooped in. You swooped in. The V for Vendetta one, yeah.
Oh, is that how it started? Honestly.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure that out the other day. Where I saw my first one. Did it really start from that? The V for Vendetta mask one?
Yeah.
Wow.
You swooped in and poached one that I would 100% would have bought. So who knows? If I'd managed to buy that, maybe I would have been the Coin Noob 71
with all the stackers. Yeah, but you've got to take it as a compliment. I took your wisdom and your taste and I ran with it. Do you know what I mean? You set me off on a path, and now I've got kilos and kilos of the things.
Yeah, I would.
With more coming tomorrow. Yeah, really nice. Then after the bladed angel weapon series has been released, and I've just picked that up, the Sword of St. Uriel. And that will complete that 4-sword set, or 3 swords and a halberd, which is an axe. So yeah, oh great, that's that. I'll mention that in my next video, that it was you that started me off on the path. Thank you very much.
Well, yeah, led you astray.
Cost me a fortune.
Yeah. But speaking of costing a fortune, we have had a few new coins. Well, we've had a new coin come out and then new coins on the horizon. The Royal Observatory £2 coin has just been released by the Royal Mint. I have got mine on their way. I'm very excited to get my hands on it. Although with these kind of coins, I always find it a bit weird because they are coins that were in the annual coin set. So there is a bit of duplication.
Yeah. There is a bit. They all seem to get their separate individual releases, don't they? And people go, oh, there's a new release. And I get excited thinking, oh, I've got a new coin coming, but I've already got it because I've got the actual annual set. So, yeah.
Although it's interesting
because there are some nice coins.
Yeah, in the last few years, there have been the annual set exclusives as well. So like I think the Queen Mother £5 coin for this year isn't planned to have its own individual release. Last year the Churchill £2 coin was only in the annual set, or Decimal Day had a unique obverse, the Arnold Mason second portrait of the Queen in the annual set. So there are, I feel like it's a way for them to get 2 bites of the cherry to make sure people buy the annual set and then buy the later release as well.
Yes, they're a bit naughty doing things like that, aren't they? I don't collect the £5 coins. I think they're all hideous personally, but I've certainly got any other variant of anything that comes out, and I've got that Arnold Machin portrait. That's a beautiful coin, that Decimal Day one. Actually, it's one of my favourites.
Yeah, and it's a
But that
shame.
at Greenwich Observatory, the HMS Belfast coin, because I know we've always had that. People always call that other ship the Belfast, don't they?
Navy
The one with the
Centenary.
flag era. I know. They always, it's the Belfast. I don't think it is.
No.
You know the correct name. Is it what is it? The Oak? No,
I
what
think
is it?
so. I don't think it's a specific ship, but the HMS Belfast didn't see active service in World War One, which is what that coin commemorates the centenary of.
Yeah.
So I think the best guess is it's the HMS Royal Oak in the Navy Centenary.
Yeah, I thought Oak was in there. So let's just call it the HMS Christopher Collects.
It'd be weird that would mean I surely that I'm named after the ship, as it was almost 100 years before I was born.
Well, you are quite old. I know you sort of use AI generation to make yourself look young on the screen, but the truth is, guys, he's in his 90s.
Yeah, in my 90s. Yeah, over 100 years old and still going. But no, so that has come out. Again, I'm excited to get my hands on it. It was my coin of the year when the annual sets came out. I really, really liked it. It's been overtaken by the Orwell £2 coin. I think that's an absolutely stunning design.
Yeah, that's stunning, that design. You like ships on your coins, though, don't you?
It's
a nice coin.
do.
I like that one. I do like that one, but that Orwell coin, that was it's quite breathtaking, that design, isn't it?
Yeah.
Especially in
It
the silver proof. Really
looks
nice.
it just looks different. Like obviously it's a £2 coin, but it doesn't just look like a £2 coin. It's a fascinating
No, it doesn't.
design.
Yeah.
But have you got a coin of the year so far yourself?
I'm going to go with the Greenwich Observatory. I really like that design on that £2 coin.
Yeah. Nice. It is a lovely coin. Like I said, that was my coin of the year until Orwell surpassed it. But no, I'm excited to see what else might come out later this year. Maybe it'll be a new coin that comes out that takes the top spot. Last year it was my favourite was the Team GB. It was in the annual set, and I didn't change my mind for the rest of the year. Nothing more exciting came out. Not to disparage everything else that came out.
I have to agree with you. I have to agree with you on that one. That was a stun. I like that kind of mosaic-y, low poly design coins. Some of the stackers have got that, that kind of design. The rabbit and the what's the other one? The dragon. With that sort of diamond effect finish, and they just look visually stunning. So that coin, and there's also a series of coins with the lunar animals on from Rwanda, that 1 ounce silver coins, that all the animals are in that kind of mosaic pattern. Absolutely stunning, really nice coin. So I love that kind of design. It just really stands out, doesn't it?
And I think it works really, really well with and without colour as well. Because it's always a bit of a shame when a coin either works with colour or without colour. I've talked about it at length in the past. But I think both with or without colour, it's an absolutely stunning design with lovely hidden details in the coin that you can spot and see. And again, just almost a crime that it hasn't gone out into our change. But then again, nothing really is nowadays, is it?
No, it's really just that's one of the things that upsets a lot of collectors the most, is that these coins, beautiful coins that have come out over the last few years, hardly any of them are in circulation, so you can't find them. You have to go out and buy them as NIFCs. So it is a shame, because I know that some of them would be extremely popular. The Red Arrows coin, that would be very popular in circulation. Yeah,
no, exactly, and it's not entirely the Royal Mint's fault. It's down to the Treasury to decide how much, or if any, coins need to go out and be produced for circulation. So I think it is important. We still celebrate these great people, institutions and themes, but it's just a shame that so few are going into circulation. But it is the way with physical money, unfortunately.
It is indeed. That's the way it's going.
Yep, but we are getting a new coin this week. It hasn't come out as of recording, but it's coming out on my birthday on the 12th, which is quite exciting. We have the Zog 50p, continuation of the Gruffalo series, because it's written by the Zog, for those that don't know, was written by Julia Donaldson, another sort of book you read or were read to as whilst you were a child, or whilst you had a child, either or. You know what I mean?
Either or, yeah. I must admit, I've got to be honest, I've never heard of Zog. I thought it was connected to the Gruffalos somehow, so it's not part of the Gruffalo series, but it's written by the same author. Is that what you're saying?
I don't know if there is sort of a Gruffalo verse in the same way there is a Marvel verse, or
maybe
things like that, whether they are all interlinked or whether they're just standalone books and things. I remember reading the Gruffalo books to my youngest brother, but the Zog I don't recall, but I think it's cool. And again, it's an interesting, whenever you have coins that you can tell they're almost to tempt a younger audience to coin collecting potentially.
Definitely.
And I think that's it. It is important that again, we don't want to all grow old and grey and have no one to buy our coin collections when we want to cash out of our hobby. But
True, they're trying to get the collectors young, aren't they? I think they are getting younger and younger. Coin collecting years ago was an old man's game, really, wasn't it? Collecting all the old pre-decimals and stuff. But there's so many new people coming onto the scene, and new videos, new YouTubers and TikTokers, and same in the silver collecting world. There's so many channels have been launched recently. We've got the Discord, Stacker Social on Discord, and so many people have joined that and get encouraged to, do their own videos, and it's fascinating.
Yeah, I think my last PO box, I had a Stacker Social Pokemon poker chip that was sent to me, which is very cool.
I've got a big pile of them sitting here next to me. So a lot of the channels do their own sort of channel logo poker chips. I'm way too tight to spend money on those. I'd rather just buy silver. But then I am a tightwad. I do turn the gas off when I turn the bacon over. So I'm not buying any of those.
Well, there we go.
You'll have to admire me from afar, I'm afraid. You're not getting a poker chip out of me. I did send one handmade poker chip to a channel called Creative Precious Metals, Andy. He's a really, really nice guy, and he does a lot of interactive stuff with people, and does chats about, and has invites people on, and does live chats and stuff. He's really, really cool. So I sent him a handmade coin new poker chip in a NGC style slab, and he has that proudly on display and gives me a plug every week, which is
yeah. You have just committed the cardinal sin though. You mentioned one channel, you've got to mention them all. This is why I have whenever we talk about other channels, I try not to name names, because I always forget someone, and someone comes to be upset that I haven't mentioned them. So
I've got to do that TV thing where we go, there are other channels available.
Yeah. Or you'll do the Michael Ball thing where your prizes are, and also a hello to everyone else I know, or whoever everyone else who knows me.
Hello, the Stack Collector. Hello, 365. Hello, Backyard Bullion. You're all marvellous. Hello.
Yeah. Griff loves you all equally, so.
I do. Of course.
But the only other bit of news we've got is that the Strike Your Own at the Royal Mint experience is changing. Again, a brief explaining for anyone. If you're watching these videos, I'm sure you know what the score here, but you go to the Royal Mint, you do a tour, you can strike your own coin as part of that tour, and the coin that's available changes throughout the year, and every time it changes, I go down and I get the latest one. It is changing soon. We don't know a date yet, but it is changing, we know, to the Greenwich Observatory, or the Royal Observatory. £2 coin, which is kind of exciting, especially if it gets followed by another £2 coin, because that is exactly what happened to cause the George Orwell edge inscription errors. Although I think with that mistake having happened so recently, they're going to be aware of it, and they're not going to use the wrong blanks with the new dies for the next day. But might be worth turning up first thing the new day, just in case they don't get the memo.
They're only human. They make mistakes, don't they? That's how we get these errors in the first place. We've had the mule error with the Lord Kitchener, haven't we? Yeah. And rotations happen, they're only human.
No, exactly. And it's again, I know lots of people say, they do that on purpose to try and make some hype and make some excitement. I don't think they actually do, and I think it's quite clear that they do get quite embarrassed when they make these faux pas, because we don't get mintage figures, we don't get official confirmation of how many of these are out there, apart from the Mule 20p. I think they confirmed it's 250,000 of them, but that was back in 2008. It was donkey's years ago. But yes, we still don't know how many George Orwell edge inscription errors were produced, and how many of them are potentially floating around there. But I've been assured that it is at most very low 3-digit number, which would be a very cool.
I think they realised their mistake on the first day, didn't they? So it wouldn't have been too many.
I think it's 2, possibly 3 tours worth were struck, and the staff members who struck them with the edge inscription error, to my knowledge, those have all been recalled as well.
Yeah. The staff were immediately flogged.
I kind of get it, because it's staff error that's caused it. So yeah, you don't want. I guess it opens the door to more staff errors created, and you don't want. I kind of get that, but equally as a coin collector, I would feel gutted if I worked there, and I got my strike coins as I would normally, and then because they're the errors, I've had to give them back. But yeah, there we go. Right.
Didn't they have that chap that the last time I was down, they didn't stamp his coin at all. He had a blank planche, didn't he? And he took it back to the reception and complained. And oh my goodness, I would have legged it out the door. I wouldn't. Oh, dear,
this one hasn't got a design. I want one with a design. Can I swap it?
Yeah.
Every time we go to the Royal Mint, we're queuing up for the strike coins. Someone makes the joke, "Oh, I'll just take a blank instead," and this person got a blank,
of course,
and exchanged it. Yeah. Oh, that was.
They gave it back. Oh, dear.
Yeah. But there we go. Not a coin collector, obviously, otherwise he'd have been chuffed with that. But no.
Exactly, yeah.
Before we wrap up then, just remind people, CoinNoob71, you're on YouTube, you're on TikTok, you anywhere else that people can catch you on?
Instagram, mainly on TikTok. I've got over 3,000 followers on there now. I've just started putting some of my videos on YouTube. I'm just about to hit 300 on there, so I'd like to build that a bit if I could. But yeah, that's it. It's mainly, I do bring the 50p £2 coins up to date as and when I get them. I've got the last 4 that have come out are all coming on one order very soon. But it's mainly silver stacking, bullion, collectible pieces mainly now. I've built up a bullion weight stack, so now I just sort of get more collectible kind of stuff. But they're very beautiful and very interesting. So do give me a little follow if you can. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. And thank you very much for jumping in very last minute to help me in order to get this video out. I very much appreciate it. That being said,
You're
though,
more than welcome.
Let's go back to the coins and see what exciting coins I find. Well, unfortunately, all we found were 2 2008 Gardner reverses, which are a little bit scarcer than other coins, but unfortunately no territories, no NIFCs, no undated 20p's, but we'll carry on the hunt. In a few more weeks time we'll be back to 20p's, hoping we get lucky with them. Once again, massive thank you to my good friend Griff, a fellow coin tuber, CoinNoob71. Do check him out on YouTube and TikTok for stepping in at the 11th hour to help me get this video out. As usual, there are links in the description of this video across to my coin collecting Discord server if you'd like to come and join me and other coin collectors over on that. There's also links to my other social media channels, the PO box address if you'd like to write into me, and of course a link to the Britannia Coin Company's YouTube channel, the company I work for as my day job, so please check them out too. All it leaves me to do now is thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. I hope you've been luckier than I have with this hunt, and I'll see you next time for more coins. Bye.